Hi everyone, welcome and thanks for joining me. It's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you. I also have 12 cards pulled and we'll see how that goes. Let's get through the read first to see if we have time for that. There's definitely some interesting energies that are coming up in the read today. Definitely some, I don't watch the news again, so definitely stuff is coming out in the news, whether it's arrests or imprisonments, but there's definitely, whoever's been doing underhanded things is coming out into the spotlight. So there could be a lot of court dealings and things like that coming up. It is August 27th today, 2019. Let's see where I'm starting here. So the 27 is the Ace of Wands. It's also a 9, 27, 9, which is about selflessness, compassion, universal love, and endings. But it's also the Ace of Wands, which is new passion, new beginnings, new inspiration, creativity. And the day adds up to 4711, the 11 a very visionary, spiritual number, and also of justice. But 47 is the 7 of Cups. So for me, the 7 of Cups, obviously it's about choices and options that we come across in our lives, of the things that we love to do, and also choices of people out there and that kind of thing. But it also has to do with synchronicities and heaven in their eyes. And when it's reversed, having to do with letting go of attachments that no longer serve. So 11 and 1. So the 1 and 2 energies of the masculine and feminine, the new passion, and what inspires the new passion. So the masculine read today was done at 2:02 to 2:04. So the High Priestess and the Emperor are the 2 and the 4. The major arcana were Reflection, which is like the Hermit, Starseed, which is like the Fool, the Tower, and then Solar Deity, which is like the Sun. It is the Sirian Starseed deck as the main deck of the read. And then the Alchemy card was also there before the read, which is like the Temperance card of patience and balance. There were 3 swords, 1 wand, 2 pentacles, and 1 cup. So the 3 swords are all about being in your head, mental thoughts. So it's heavy on the being in your head thing today. 1 wand and 1 cup, and then 2 pentacles. So money and practicalities of life and being in your head too much. The Page of Swords came up as well as the Page of Wands within the read. Before the read, the Queen of Swords was there, and after the read, the Knight of Swords. So 2 queens, a Page of Swords, and a Knight of Swords. So 2 swords. So they can be actions, or they can be kids, or young adults, or adults acting like kids. The code line had everything to do today with individuality, nature, and spiritual partnership. And the message here included the Ace of Swords, or the Ace of Orbs in this deck, which is all about the truth, and the truth coming out. That is the challenge today for the Divine Masculine, and also the masculine within the feminine. The Fidelity of Sophia was coming up, Sophia being the collective consciousness of the Divine Feminine. The 7, the Divine Feminine within the masculine. The Chariot, which represents ascension as well. And Sophia's truth, the truth of the feminine, of the Divine Feminine and her energy. So the truth of her connection to the masculine coming out and being the truth of it, the fidelity. The fidelity also of social security was coming up, but not because of social security, because of socialness, and the security of being social was coming up in some of the stuff that I was doing this morning. The fidelity of the Divine Feminine in having the security of a social life evens out the truth of the feminine energy. So when people come together and socialize or gossip, it's saying naturally that the energies always balance themselves out. What goes around comes around, all based on intention. And so social was coming up for me to break down. It came up actually earlier. Before I started doing the read, I pulled some cards this morning for 12 signs just for myself. And social came up then, having to do with some of the wounds that are coming up to clear. Misery loves company was one of the wounds coming up today. Just the triggers that come up for all of us. And also something I was watching this morning triggered me a little bit about the title of Twin Flame and polarity consciousness and all that. But if you think about it, any label is going to polarize something, right? You can't be a human without polarizing to some degree, because all labels polarize things. They make them apart from something else. So misery loves company came up, grief, third-party gossip, overindulgences of food and drink, too much merry or antisocial behavior, and then social was coming up. Social breaks down as S-O, so, and then CIA, and L, so CIA, and that's the love of the Lu, or the dark side. So the social, and then it turned 12. Right there I stopped because my son had called when I was writing this, so I had to find where the next line was. But then it was noon as soon as I started writing again. So it was showing me the change to noon, right? The social then ascended. So the social before it is ascended, and then the socialness after you're ascended. The Sophia human, the Christ consciousness, the chakra system of the 12 o'clock, the 12 chakra system, the human with connection to love. So the word social was breaking down to S as Sophia, and then the O, of course, for me is human embodiment of source energy, the Christ consciousness of the C, and then IAL. I, the lowercase I for me is the chakra system with the third eye, and then A again is the human embodiment with connection, and then L, of course, being love. So the Sophia human, Christ consciousness, and the chakra system, the human then with connection to love. So the difference is the connection to love. So that involves the throat chakra. So when I got triggered this morning by what I listened to, I, felt into it to ask what it needed to feel loved and what needed to come up. And as I did that, it was ascending up to my throat chakra. So it all has to do with always speaking your truth, ultimately. So as we get into this read today, the fidelity of social security, the security of being social, evens out the truth of the feminine energy. What goes around comes around, all based on intention. The numbers that came up here were on the code line number 8, which is the dance within self of balancing your masculine and feminine. It came up with 7 and 1, the Chariot and the Magician, and 71 is the 3 of Pentacles, which is co-creation. The other numbers that came up here were double nines. So 9967, which is the Knight of Pentacles, which was significant here in the read today, which was reversed, which has to do with stubbornness. 1 of the Magician, and then 3121 came up. 31 is the 5 of Wands, and 21 the World, so expansion throughout the world. Then 16 of the Tower, and 79 for me is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's like graduation day, getting to the other side of the bridge, to 5D. So suffering came up as soon as we get off on the beginning here. These cards here in the underlying energy, this is the 5 of Flames. This is the Queen of Orbs, or Queen of Swords. This is the Alchemy card, like the Temperance card. And then on top is the 9 of Orbs or Swords, which is that, for me, it's the Suffering and Purging card. Chronic cycles of the suffering. So with suffering, purging, crying, and expanding, the Queen of Swords having patience with herself, ending the war of indecision, lack of affection, with a secret, psychic abilities, or just intuition, and keeping to themselves. Being in their knowing, the observer, without participation, in love and war, polarity consciousness. Not expressing, holding back feelings, holding feelings back defenseless to the energies of the past. The Empress reversed, after injustice coming up, of coming full circle, ending a cycle, dealing with the world, and the sealed divine feminine. Gemini, Pisces, and Sagittarius came up in that cluster there. Reaping rewards of having no options, staying where you are is a choice. So if you don't choose the path, then you're choosing to stay where you are, stuck. Ending the war within, and laying down swords to forgive and apologize. to offer love and allow time of grounding and integrating after the war. So again, PTSD and all the craziness that happens after the war and needing to heal from it. Walking the dog or walking the old man, legs not as good as they once were, or someone's foot in a sling or traction, or got stuck in triangulation, stopping the bus permanently by the falls and stones and gentle flow, and leaving the past where it belongs. Invasion of Normandy over, as the rescue teams enter to offer help to those who made it through the storm. All comes back to justice of the Queen of Swords and the Emperor and the world, where the universal corrections are made naturally by universal order, right? So all energetic movements have to correct themselves naturally. So it's not up to us to bring justice to the world. It naturally happens by ebb and flow. So 52-7, that Queen of Swords was very important here today, as well as the world, the 21-3, and 11 of Justice. It was coming up with the card numbers as well. So that was very significant. And that has to do with the Queen of Swords. As we turn the page, it's 244, which is the High Priestess, and the Four of Cups, the grounding and integrating card. So the Queen of Swords, the war widow who lost her love, and the Emperor who won the war. He killed her love, but saved other people. So who pays the bill? The Queen of Swords is not the wounded warrior. She went on without complaining, but continued to hurt herself. So where the wounded warrior plays the victim card because they feel a victim, and it's not to minimize anybody's pain, but that's the card. The Queen of Swords is different from that. She's gone through all the wands and the cups and come out through the swords. She has cups within, but not the gold coin. Her manifestation of worth, her ability to receive payment for her abilities, for her achievements. Can you receive a gift without owing something in return? Why do you not think you are worthy of gifts? The present of the moment. You cannot receive a gift unless you've matched its vibration. Know your worth and the universe will provide it to you. Be present to receive gifts. Slow down to increase your vibration, your happiness. Be love to receive love. When you help yourself, you love yourself. Be authentic to yourself. You are rewarded in kind. Stand up for yourself. You are not responsible for others' reaction to your truth, unless, of course, you didn't tell them the truth. Love and truth, open to receive. Fear and lies, struggle to survive. Give me just 1 second. I need to take a sip of my water, which I forgot to bring over here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, so with poor judgment or non-judgment or bad decisions, vacillating deliberations, the devil in the details, arousal to warpath, is impotency, inability to be inspired and stay strong, the masculine aggression, stubbornness, disability, refusal to move or work, or apathy. This has nothing to do with physical movement. One can be still and produce thoughts, feelings, and intentions. So many disabled have overcome to achieve miracles. There's no need to keep or look busy. Stop doing what you don't love doing. Stop taking orders from those who don't resonate with you. As soon as you align with creative joy, you raise your vibration. Place yourself around others you resonate with to stay and continue to increase your resonance. War, battle, competition is moot. No legs to stand on there. It's all about what inspires you, regardless of the outcome. Would you play that sport even if you never won? Or if you would never win? So give your relationship a chance came up for the underlying energy for the masculine, and beneath that was attraction. So after initial attraction, give the relationship a chance. And it was interesting because right then I felt like a kiss on my right lower cheek. And that was at 308, the Empress and the strength card of the 8, the dance within. The death be not proud, the reaper of grim, God's rim, the Hierophant on the other side, that it's not time yet. Scorpio and Taurus in the spotlight here, their energy is very difficult to process, unforgiveness and stubbornness, mostly of self. Sharing sadness of missing home, right, going home to God, is painful when working from separation as opposed to working from connection. Refusal to love others in protest of wanting to go home only makes the rest of your stay or visit more lonely and difficult when vengeful and stubborn. Choosing to be right over being happy. As we turn the page, it's 316, the Empress and the Tower. So sudden events and epiphanies of the Empress. And the Empress also has to do with Gaia. So being right over being happy, ego and fear and injustice, or love and happiness and justice. Aggressive energy is masculine wound. Depression and going within, drinking, crying, sadness is the feminine wound. If you tend to be sad, be more angry, work out, scream, or clean the house to pull you out of it. If you tend to be violent, cry, sleep, and help others. Just don't take energy out on others. Make sure to process from childhood why you were triggered in the first place to clear your subconscious, and eat healthier foods. Sugar and caffeine are triggers. Music came up, which is number 32, and underneath that was Pride, number 19. 32 is the Journeyman, the 6 of Wands, and 19 is the Sun, the Pride. The King of Wands reversed, at war with himself, and Wands, of course, is fire, so Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. The King of Wands reversed, at war with himself, whether he's angry or tired or just fed up or just out of sorts. He's at war with himself. No affection, or maybe went through a breakup with Leo and or his own ego to get clarity of pain and betrayal of the magician, the master of manipulation. Tired of winning the war, or that his ego is out of control. Guinevere wanted Lancelot, not someone who enjoyed killing people for a living. All right, so it's coming up as, you know, the 5 of Swords guy, you know. He's out there fighting a war his whole life, trying to get others before they get him. The Leo, Gemini, and Virgo, Aries energies were coming up here. That's where all that negative energy was coming from. The Magician is upright, but in that deck, he's not a nice person. And that's where I pulled my other Kipper deck cards, where there's something about imprisonment and the court system. So I'll get to that when I get to that point in the read. But the Magician holding the man down, hostage using words and thought, a very slow and painful death of his opponent. Torture chamber wounds come up here with the POWs. The real pain is not on the battlefield, but after the game in the locker room. Blinded by the false light, right? All the interviews and the flash of the fame and all that kind of stuff. The 7 of 10 blue eyes and wings. 3 blackbirds of the 10 now fly south. So 3 of 10 dark energies are falling here. This magician doesn't look nice or fun. He uses his tools to hurt with vengeance and stubbornness, which brings up cool in the gang, being cool, and gangs, manifestations of those. The magician who suffers, stressed and up nights, grounding and integrating, stubbornness, separation, the music of the fat lady singing, and the day the music died. So as we get to the recent past, I'm going to show you the cards first and tell you the signs. The ones that were both upright and reversed, which is either 2 people or 1 person reflecting both positive and negative attributes of that sign. The ones that were both are Libra, Leo, Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Cancer, and Aquarius. So a lot upright and reversed. Pisces was just upright, and Gemini was just upright. And the rest were all upright and reversed. Of the court cards, all of the kings were upright except that King of Wands. He's reversed today. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords were upright. The other 2 reversed. So the Queen of Wands and Queen of Pentacles reversed. Of the aces, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords were reversed. Were upright. The Cups and Pentacles were reversed today. The Knights were all reversed except for the Knight of Cups. So love is out there, but all the other action figures were reversed. The Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles were upright. And of the tens, the Ten of Cups was reversed, all the others upright. Nine of Cups and Nine of Swords were upright. However, the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Wounded Warrior as well reversed. And of the fives, they were all upright except the Five of Swords. So the war is over, but the battle is still ongoing. And then the other cards that go along with the battle. So now I want to show you the cards, and then we'll go on. All right, so we have the underlying energies here. That is the Nine of Orbs or Nine of Swords is the underlying energy. The recent past is the Seeker of Orbs or the Page of Orbs, Swords. The underlying energy is reflection. That's the Hermit card. All covered, you see. You got the Five of Wands there, that battle there, clarifying. The center is that Nine of Pentacles. You see her right there. She's reversed. That's why she's hiding. The challenge being the Ace of Orbs or the Ace of Swords, the truth coming out. And up here is that negative energy I wanted you to see. So you have that Magician, you know, with the Lovers reversed and the Leo energy there, and then the King of Wands reversed, and the Five of Swords guy out as well. But you see up there, so some kind of high honor, and then imprisonment and courthouse. So somebody, there's some kind of going down, and child with a message of concern. So those came up. The crowning card is that Queen of Wands. She is reversed, and you see it's the Queen of Wands reversed. Next to her is the Ace of Wands reversed, the Queen of Wands reversed again, and the Knight of Cups reversed. There's a very negative energy there. It can be someone totally freaking out, having a jealous fit, or just really mad, or just really drained. But either way, it's not real positive there. Then we have the Six of Crystals in the near future position, which is upright. So that's balanced sharing, equitable distribution. And the masculine, how he sees himself, is the Seven of Cups, which was reversed today. You also see the Kipper deck. There's change there. And I forgot, too, on the Ace of Swords is toil and labor. So the truth of how hard somebody works. And the fact and how factory workers are treated. So that's coming up here as well. So the masculine sees himself as that Seven of Cups reversed. And you see the change card there. So somebody might be getting a new car. And you see the Romance Angel cards as well. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he's seen, is the Starseed card, which is like the Fool, but that is reversed today as well. The blocks he needs to clear have to do with the Tower reversed, so that's after the war. Okay, and the aftermath of things, PTSD and all that stuff coming up again. And then we end up here with the Sun, which is upright. The Sun and the Moon were both upright today. The numerology cards, and there's more jealousy there with the Tarot Sexual Magic. And then we have the Four of Orbs, the Knight of Pentacles again, that reversed energy of stubbornness, and then the Three of Cups, which was also reversed at the end. That's the only cards. All the cards were used today. Okay. And then the cards that I pulled for you guys for 12, those top ones are the underlying energies. Then it starts with Aries with that Four of Cups to the left, reversed, going across, and then all the way down to Pisces of the Wounded Warrior on the right. And then those are general energies summarizing at the end, which I'm going to probably pull Kipper cards with that as well for you guys today. Don't mind my bills down below. Okay. So let's finish up the read here, and then we'll get to the 12 cards. It's not one of the long reads today. So recently, for the Divine Masculine, is the Page of Swords reversed. The Spy Who Loved Me. No message, no news, negative words, all exposed, pain, betrayal, and love of a good woman, happiness alone, satisfaction, with detoxing, walking away and within, to an angel, to patience, to one step at a time. And the Kipper cards that came up around this Page of Swords reverse had to do with courtship, unexpected income, a gift, and a main female. So someone might have received a gift in some kind of courtship. It could be a child as well. But courtship came up with number 4, and that's the Emperor. So the Emperor, whether he's being courted or courting someone else, but there's no, there's negative or no communication here. So it could be kind of courtship reversed. And then unexpected income is 27 of that Ace of Wands again. So new passion. The gift is coming up as 17, which is the Star. So that's something exciting. And star energy is upright today, so that's really good. And then main female has to do with the High Priestess, because number 2. So that all has to do with the Page of Swords reversed in the recent past. So after that last sentence about happiness, finding happiness alone with satisfaction and detoxing all the negativity in your life, walking away and within to their angel, to the patience, taking one step at a time, the 14 steps in the angel program, 7 + 7, 1 for each, the 2 chariots, the spiritual warriors, because they're warriors and angels, the 0 point of which is between the twin flames, the blue rays, the rod and staff, the integration of polarity in multidimensional living, existing within and without and within, the 3D and 5D transiting the 4D bridge. The Queen of Swords working to align and crack codes, allowing them to come as opposed to forcing your will. At night, falling off the edge, falling short with the false light, go to bed earlier for maximum light. The foundation coming up was reflection. It's the Hermit reversed today, which can be over-isolating or finally coming out after isolation, but being alone to be wise and reflect. And the Kipper cards that came up with the Hermit today was community, which is 39, the false person, so be careful about people manipulating around you, because there's a false person with that magician around. So there's definitely someone within their family or their close group who's a false person, or it could be someone the masculine perceives as a false person who may not be. But it's coming up as the community 39, the false person number 8, which has to do with strength, but it's also Leo, so it could be a Leo false person, or that can just relate to ego as well. The family room is 21 of the world, so there's Pisces there too, and the 39 is the Knight of Cups. And then another 2 cards came up with the Hermit card as well, the Privileged Lady and Sudden Wealth. So, whenever there's sudden wealth, it brings in the thieves, right? So there's some of that energy at play here. So someone abandoned, destitute, and left out in the cold in ego death, weak but with family abundance, fighting injustice, fighting for the disabled and weak, holding back a new life or an offer of money. So this is 351. That's the Empress and the King of Swords. So this could have to do with the relationship between the Empress and the King of Swords. As we turn the page, the Hermit is reversed, over-isolating or coming out, injured and weak, but with the support of abundant family. Or 2 have been kicked out after a fight. 1 has family to go to, the other does not. Fighting injustice of money withheld. Leo reversed and Libra reversed, abundant family who helps others, but may not help their own. Children of parents of plenty who refuse to share with their kids, whether for good or for bad intention, making them work for everything they have, even when suffering physically with disease, injury, or injustice. So here's another wound. Someone within the Divine Masculine's family or close community may be a false person, and there may be a privileged lady with sudden wealth who could be that false person or could be the target of a false person. The central card has to do with the 9 of Pentacles reversed. Powerlessness of the lady in waiting, of love lost. The war widow waiting for love to come home without affection. The Page of Pentacles, the student of the gold coin, with an opportunity or an invitation. To the King of Wands reversed, ignoring the invitation at his home, still at war. The Knight of Swords reversed, holding back words or an announcement of a breakup or a whirlwind manifestation. Lies withheld or verbal abuse all manifest magically into spoken about and then energies returned. Instant karma. The challenge being the Ace of Swords, the truth, or toil and labor of the 38. So toil and labor is number 38, which is the Queen of Cups. So it's coming up as the truth of how hard the Queen of Cups has worked. And there's ever since I started just talking about this, a car keeps screeching around the neighborhood. So I don't know what they're doing, but there's some untrustworthy energy coming up here. So around the truth, because obviously the truth wasn't known before, and is the challenge and is coming out now, of the toil and labor of the 38, the Queen of Cups. the new passion, out of rest, the quiet and the stillness, the 5D at night, working very hard, frustrated in the aftermath of events, difficult to become inspired again after the war. Sometimes the truth is hard to take. The Queen of Wands reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed, which can be a dependent or someone who is dependent on somebody else. But the Queen of Wands reversed can just be someone, a fire sign who's out of sorts, or it can be someone who's exhausted, or in this energy, she's coming out as, freaking out. I mean, she's got two Queen of Wands reversed, and that could be a mother and daughter who are both fire signs as well. But the Ace of Wands is reversed, and the Knight of Cups is reversed, which can all be her energy or a separate person. And that brings up jealousy and insincerity. There's nothing real, and that's next to that nasty Magician. So there's not nice energy around that. But the Nine of Pentacles reversed has to do with independence, and reversed it's, dependency. The Page of Pentacles is upright, but the Page of Wands is reversed at home. The Page of Pentacles is coming up with the King of Wands reversed, but the Page of Wands reversed, another child, a fire sign, whereas the Page of Pentacles is an earth sign, probably child. The Page of Wands reversed may be dependent on the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Page of Pentacles may be inspired. The Page of Wands reversed may be frustrated, and the Queen of Wands reversed may feel powerless to the 5D and not looking at her kids, but actually looking at the twin stuff at night instead. Or the Queen of Wands reversed, an older child reversed, who spend money a lot, only want the Divine Masculine along to pay the bill. Healing, dreaming, shining their false light, or Aquarius Queen of Wands with Dream Girl, Divine Feminine in the 5D at home that she has to deal with, and that's why she's mad. The third party not exchanging energy, or maybe she's tired because she's not getting the energy coming from the Divine Feminine anymore. So third party not exchanging energy, not expressing feelings, holding back her new life, or money, time, and energy, or powerless to when her new life begins. With the Empress reversed and Queen of Wands reversed, at night hovering over the twins, patiently to block them. So some karmics may be actually, every night doing something to block the twins, whether it's their own intentions or whatever. But now is the Queen of Wands reversed in the crowning position, either received or sent a message of concern to or from a child, or about a child, or that the Queen of Wands is just acting like a child. The King of Cups, armed with the truth about suffering of the King of Swords, running away from the Queen of Wands reversed, or the Queen of Wands reversed stealing or cheating or lying for him, the King of Swords. And this King of Cups is coming in with this truth about the King of Swords right here. And that's like what leads up to her freaking out, it seems like. There's an Ace of Wands reversed, like I said, the Queen of Wands reversed, the Knight of Cups reversed, major anger and frustration, jealousy and insincerity there with the Magician next to that. Either the Queen of Wands reversed is the master manipulator, or her mother or father is. And that was coming up in the Kipper cards this week too, where no one may even know this, but the father, who has a lot of money, may get his money through illegal or manipulative means. So it might be coming out, and there may be a fall of somebody's family because of this. All right, so it's either directly to the masculine and the karmic, or it has to do with one of their parents or in-laws. So distant horizons came up, 36, high honors, 25, imprisonment, 29, and then courthouse, 23. 36 is the 10 of Wands. That's a major burden of distant horizons. High honors, 25 of the Knight of Wands. Imprisonment's 29, someone waiting for their ship to come in or just being present. And then courthouse of 23, which is the King of Wands. And he's coming up reversed today. So the King of Wands, it can be a masculine, but it doesn't have to be. Masculine could be any of the kings or the emperor. So let's see what else comes up here. We turn the page, it's 429. 4 is the emperor, and 29 is the Three of Wands, being present in your moment. The Queen of Wands reversed is coming up as at home with a child, or acting like a child. Either way, moving to peace. Aquarius and Pisces energies here, dumped, overwhelmed, or crying a lot. The Knight of Cups offering love to prisoner or hostage or to their own anxiety. Getting real and dumping attachments that no longer serve, reaping rewards of hermiting with a message of love, a big love work connection, and the Queen of Swords speaking about it but not judging. Coming out about deliberations of a negative past with angel, holding back passions, or a negative past of someone's player ways, their partying and overindulgences, gossiping, or just not socializing at all, so being antisocial, feeling like they fall short, or with good intent but not enough energy to follow through with the intention. Soon sharing in balanced distribution, the Queen of Wands reversed, fell from grace, or literally fell, or just lacking faith in love. Dumped or was dumped or overwhelmed, pushed to their emotional limits, powerless to equitable distribution, with the Emperor and the Empress reversed. So the Emperor's upright, the Empress reversed. And the Page of Swords reversed came up with that as well. So there could be a negative message or no message for the Emperor and Empress. So that could be her parents or someone disowned by their parents, or a child is all of a sudden no longer single. So some child might have gotten married without their parents' permission, who's old enough, obviously, to get married. Or they could be grandparents paying for a wedding or a schooling instead of the Queen of Wands. So maybe the Queen of Wands said no to a child, and then the child went to the grandparents or something like that. So it could be multiple situations here. But dropping the facade, breaking patterns, death and or end of a family, business, and children, or the Queen of Wands deems all of her issues because of the twins. So the Queen of Wands may have lost custody and having a temper tantrum, or there could literally be a child who has issues, who has the tantrums all the time, and she's exhausted. The Divine Masculine is the Seven of Cups reversed. This is how he sees himself, as emotionally detached from everything. Coming up with the number 27 again, which is the Ace of Wands, which is upright in this read, except for the Ace of Wands next to the next to the Queen of Wands up top there that was reversed. So change comes up as the Kipper card. So someone, like I said, may have a new car, but grieving surrender of a negative past, or a negative past with their twin or their childhood, or dealing with difficult kids, or the past returning, a connection to the dark night, Scorpio and Taurus energies without option, in separation of a third party, heartbreak, and blind justice, and a cycle completing, or now knowing about the Divine Feminine, or admitting to it. Without all the information, it's like the Divine Masculine was still able to now wrap things up. If they were in a court situation or difficulties, whatever they were dealing with, they were able to wrap things up. Okay, so whatever the negative past was, or the past returning, was in connection to the dark night and these Scorpio and Taurus energies of vengeance, jealousy, and stubbornness coming out. So let go of control issues came up for the Divine Masculine and the Romance Angel cards, along with new love. Around him, or how he's seen, is the Starseed card, which is like the Fool, but it's reversed. Clearing emotional baggage and hanging out with new perspectives. The Ten of Cups reversed, so some kind of family or emotional ending is just done, and leading the way with success and good news. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the Tower reversed, the aftermath, and PTSD issues coming up again. The King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles reversed. The King is upright, the Queen is reversed, so it's just like the Emperor and the Empress. So these can be the same couple, or it can just be a coincidence, it's another couple. But they're right above each other. So it could be a couple and then the parents of them, but both feminines are reversed. So that could definitely represent the karmic energy of the Queen of Wands and their mother, the Empress reversed, and maybe the Emperor. So either the mother or the father, it could be the Empress that fell, who did something illegal. I don't know what it was. Or they could be two separate couples, or they could just represent the karmic and the masculine, and or the Divine Feminine and the masculine. So the King of Pentacles upright, the Queen of Pentacles reversed, grounding and integrating an offer of love, despite no message or possible mean words that were said or spying. From the Empress reversed, where the Emperor is sharing with a sovereign reversed. So that could be someone who's just dependent on them, and it can be a grandchild as well, or it can be anyone. It can be the masculine losing his independence, or it can represent the divine feminine who's lost their independence. Or it's just the father or grandfather paying out to a child, directly to the child and not to the Queen of Wands reversed. So in a split, her not getting the money for child support, it's going directly to the child instead. Spiritual partnership comes up, as well as nature. So allow things to happen naturally, as well as individuality. Be authentic to you. But even more so coming up here is parenting, personal growth, and manifestation. In the aftermath of jealousy of the King of Wands reversed, exposed all to get their wish, in spite of any stubbornness, leading the way to purge and receive high honors, tears of joy possibly, destiny and dreams fulfilled. It's like there's a lot of negative energy in the read, and then all of a sudden at the end, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Star card together on the Sun, upright. Like it's just all of a sudden, boom, there's this beautiful energy along with the Six of Cups there too. Stillness, so the 5D and the stillness of it, and the third party situation, letting go to repair and working on aligning. There could be a quest to the Queen of Swords angel or of the Queen of Swords, purging, reflecting to come out and release attachments, pending a fresh start, a blast off, fall back and spring forward without news or messages or spying or negative news or a child who's mouthing off, powerlessness or loss of power, money and independence, or just dependency and no longer single. The challenge being the Ace of Swords, the truth and sharing in a balanced way. In the aftermath of sudden events or epiphanies, the Queen of Wands reversed, jealousy and tantrums or just totally exhausted, or a child like this, all of it is exposed. Resting, praying, the 5D, meditation, or someone laid to rest. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, refusing to move or work or socialize, so someone on strike at home, letting go to make amends or pay for repairs, working to align and do detail work, purging bad news or messages, or just no messages at all, or difficult child, or spying and manipulation of tools, or literally someone hiding the divine masculine's tools, coming out powerless or no longer single or independent. The Queen of Wands reverse is livid or exhausted or freaking out like a child or about a child. The challenge being the truth, the divine masculine emotionally detached from everything, to balance and share and expose, lacking faith or a fall from grace, or someone literally fell and got hurt in the aftermath of sudden events and or epiphanies. All is exposed of the Queen of Wands, or she could have an expose, so she may have literally sold her story or something, of sleeping and refusing to move or work or socialize. So someone like, or it could just be the masculine exposing the expose of the Queen of Wands and how she won't do anything all day, or just refuses to move because he wants to not be with her anymore. So it's a very interesting read today. I'm going to get right into the 12 signs because I want to pull some more cards for you guys. But I do want to pull up the other Kipper cards for you guys. So just give me 1 second to get these Kipper cards over here. There's one here. And that was on, these 3 cards were on the center card there. All right, these were on the 9 of Pentacles energy in the middle, whether it's a dependent or the divine feminine. It's coming up with lovers and the home, the house, and then expectation. So it's very much can be divine feminine energy, but it can be a child as well. Okay. And this can just be about affection. It doesn't have to be about a sexual relationship. All right, so we got the Kipper cards. Was there anything else there? I got this one here. Okay. So I'll show you what I have already, and then we'll pull some more cards on top of them. So like I always tell you up here, was that up right? I think it was up right. So this is the bottom of the deck here. That's the 5th card down though. So it was 5th card, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and this was the bottom of the deck. Aries going across like this, all the Pisces, and then these are just summary cards. We have fire, earth, air, and water. So we're going to start with Aries here, which is the Four of Cups reversed, and the column is topped by the Ace of Swords reversed. It's interesting because the Ace of Swords was actually upright, but the challenge in the read. So let's see what else. I'm going to use the Kipper cards. I'll put them all out once, but then I'm actually going to, and I don't do the Kipper cards in reverse, not right now anyway, so I'll put out some regular clarification cards as well. Okay, so for all 12 signs, Aries to Pisces, today's August 27, 2019. For the best and highest good of all is concerned across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities. So it is August 27, 2019, Aries to Pisces. Okay. So let's put the cards out for Aries. I'll actually show them to you, so I'll pick them up again. Well, I'll probably show them to you anyway. But concern is coming up for Aries. Like I said, that came up before for me as the man who made his living, you know, maybe not fully in his truth, and it may be coming back to bite him. This is for Taurus, despair. Then for Gemini is imprisonment, and that could just be anxiety, like feeling imprisoned in themselves. Cancer has courthouse. Then Leo has distant horizons. And Virgo has high honor. May be some military stuff there too. And then we have Libra as expectation. And then we have Scorpio, the house. Sagittarius has the lovers. Capricorn has the privileged lady. Aquarius has the main female. And sudden wealth on Pisces. 777. Bing! That's the wounded warrior. Wow. And then the bottom of the deck is official person. So this goes for everyone then. And what's underneath is bad health. So someone might hear news about someone in bad health. Or it could be your own, which you already know about. Or someone might need to take a journey to visit someone, okay? And there's just a message under that. So it's definitely a message about someone of bad health. And that could just be general. It doesn't have to be someone you know. It could even just be on the news. It could be an official person that you just hear about, right? So I'm just going to use the regular Rider-Waite clarification cards as well before I pick them up. So the underlying energies being the fifth one down here, and it's interesting because when I pulled them earlier, this is exactly the same position, as well as the Three of Pentacles on the top of the Earth column reversed, was exactly the same before. So this is about walking away within, right? Can be a midlife crisis, you know, when you find something missing, you built a whole life, but it's not serving you, and you want to walk away to find out what is missing. And then up top we have for the water signs is the Seven of Pentacles, which is about reaping rewards, you know, hanging out, waiting, or just, you know, daydreaming, or just, you know, just happy with the savings that you have, or now dealing with the savings that you have. Could be retirement as well. Air signs have the Queen of Cups at the top there, which definitely came up in the read with that 38. And Earth signs has that Three of Pentacles reverse, which could be not liking what you do, or not liking your workplace, or not getting along. There's issues at work, or leaving a workplace, or a third party through a workplace. And then we have topping the fire signs, the Ace of Swords reverse. So for me, that's very much about a big lie, a split or divide, and then also just cutting through the BS, okay? The sword, that's definitely the sword being pulled out of the stone. So let's start with Aries. All right, so Aries gets these two cards. I have to put the other cards down because I don't have to pull up the other cards for you. All right, so for Aries, we have the Four of Cups reversed with concern, all right? And this is usually for me about no longer bored, no longer wanting to settle, wanting to start over in love, not waiting for the completion, but just ditching it now. Someone may be concerned, so they may be pulling out half cycle as opposed to following through like they'd promised, because they have concerns. And that has to do with, that could be ego death, or just need this courage or strength to go on, or to tell people maybe he's sick. This has to do with implementing a plan. This could be out of control ego, right? So maybe his ego got out of control, and now he's got to, he's got to try to pull back and fix things and implement some kind of plan of how he's going to get out of this. Or this can be just feeling weak, because he is weak, because he's ill and needs to make his will, all right, or change his will. So there's all of those different energies coming up with Aries. And so it's definitely based on lies or split or some kind of divide, whether it's family or a relationship or business. There's something hokey going on there that someone doesn't know about. So that's Aries. So then we're doing fire first. So we're going to do Leo next, which is the King of Wands reversed again, which was in the read. And then distant horizons. So let's see. And that's number 36, which is the 10 of Wands, which is, a big burden. So let's see, why does Leo have the King of Wands reversed? And what does it have to do with as far as splits or lies? All right, so we have the Page of Swords and the Devil, which can just be Capricorn energy. These are coming up too, only because I have Wands energy for the fire signs. Being present, waiting for their ships to come in, and this is defenseless to the energies. So this is someone in a panic. Like it's telling everybody, hurry up, we got to do this real quick because we've got the devil here. So it could just be a Capricorn, and it could just be someone being present and having difficulties with the energies and spreading the word, or it can be the devil and someone's trying to hurry up to fix things that either are broken or were done illegally, immorally, underhanded, trying to fix it before they get caught. It's kind of that energy. Someone wants to free themselves from the situation. All right, so again, the King of Wands reversed. So either he's pissed or he's exhausted or he's just out of sorts. Has to do with distant horizons, right? Maybe the dream that he had of traveling, or just maybe, if he's reversed, maybe he's sick. Okay, that could be illness too, since it's fire signs. In this card, there's a ship, but there's no sea. You only see the bottom of the sea. There's no water. There's no emotions there. How can you travel if you have no fluid? Within the body, you need water. You need the oceans of the earth, right? You need emotions to travel etherically. So you can't travel, and maybe someone who's frustrated too is trying to meditate and can't connect. But yeah, someone's being, at present, is tied to a ball and chain, or tied to a codependent or addiction situation, with someone else defending them or speaking on their behalf. So it could be a reading of a will as well, like before they pass. So again, someone may be sick, or it can be both too. Somebody could be sick and wanting not to get caught, or that the will is not going to be what everyone expects. So that's Leo. Let's see what's coming up for Sag. So Sagittarius is here. So Sagittarius is very positive because we have the Ace of Cups, the Page of Cups with the Lovers. And he could definitely be a message of love. So that's beautiful for Sagittarius. Let's see what comes up. And this could be right under, this is right under Sag, could be a fool for love, right? Falling for someone. Okay. So this is finding peace in dependency. Like whereas before they were independent and afraid to lose their wealth, now finding peace in it. And here's the Empress reversed as well. This could be, 3, look. Let's see who there is. So there's 3 people reversed. This is very interesting. So the Page of Cups, who's upright for Sagittarius, is reversed here. So Page of Cups is upright with their lover, but reversed with these two. And that could be another sibling and their mother, or it could be their mother and their grandmother. So they may be upset that they're stuck here, right? This can be shipping kids back and forth between parents or grandparents, whatever it is. But the Page of Cups is not happy over here. They're happy somewhere else. So it could be at the other parents. But they need to find, it's like the Sagittarius needs to find peace. This may not be the Sagittarius, or it could be, but they need to find peace. This could be a mother who's got ill health as well, where the daughter's taking care of her, but, you know, losing a lot of money taking care of her. And then also a child who has difficulty having to hang out with them all the time. So it may not be that it's not peaceful, but it may not be ideal for a child either. Maybe it's too peaceful, you know, like a convalescent home when you have an ill parent at home. I'm not going to put these other cards out for Sagittarius, but it could be, there's a lot of lack there, you know, you have rejection, lack, and loss of money, power, and independence. So it's interesting, maybe the Lovers is actually reverse type of energy, which could be a breakup or just no affection. Or someone who fell from grace and has to make peace with the consequences. This is coming up right after those cards. We have the Queen of Pentacles upright in disconnect here. So the 3 reversed there have something to do with the Queen of Pentacles and the Hermit shedding light on disconnect or a breakup. Those 3 too, also this could be a grandmother with 2 children, and this is the mother who's breaking up, so she needs time on her own or something like that. Anyway, some very interesting energies there. And then of course we have the Fool reverse, which isn't, it can be just falling for someone, or it could be foolishly falling for someone, doesn't have to be. But usually when it's reversed, it's not ideal, like this is someone tripping up, messing up, lacking faith, foolishly falling for someone. And there's a lie up top. So cutting through the crap, and a split. So again, for all 3 fire signs, there's some kind of lie, divide, or needing to, you know, cut to the chase. All right, so now we have Taurus. Again, 3 of Pentacles at the top there. And Taurus has despair and the 2 of Wands reversed. So why? And that's 32 on despair too. By the way, the Lover's card was 15. On Leo, that was 36. I told you that on the 10 of Wands. And then on Aries is 33 on that card. So this one's 32. That's like the journeyman. But it's the 2 of Wands reversed. So despair, right? Feeling like you have no options. So let's see what else is coming up for Taurus. All right, so some kind of death, whether it's of a person, a relationship, a job, whatever it is, healing and forgiving. Also could be the Dark Night, going through 4D, or like experience Dark Night of the Soul. But here's the Emperor, so there's definitely Scorpio and Aries energies here. But it's healing, or the Emperor passed, or went through surgery. Maybe they have to have surgery and they're in despair because there's no other option, but maybe they can't feel like they can take off because they'll lose their job and then they won't be able to get a job again. Or because they had some kind of illness, they haven't been working and now they're having trouble finding work. They have no options. Or someone needs to pay for somebody else's surgery and they don't have insurance or they don't have the money. Or because of that, lost money. But it has to do with work at the top. It has to do with either leaving a job, not getting along at the job or hating the job and being in despair because they don't like where they work. And it's gonna be the death of them because it's too much. Then we have Virgo. Whoops. Virgo is the Seven of Swords. Oop, I gotta plug back in before we lose each other. Okay. Sorry about that. So this is Virgo, the Seven of Swords reversed, and High Honor, which is kind of interesting. Let's see how that comes up. So clarifying Virgo, why is there Seven of Swords reversed on Virgo along with High Honors? Maybe somebody got cheated out of a high honor that they were supposed to get. All right, so now this card is coming upright. This could have to do with PTSD. So issues of sneakiness and half-truths because of their PTSD. But this is having a choice now. Choosing a left path, which is the new, the divine feminine, in the aftermath of sudden events or epiphanies of a turn of events, you know, a change of fortune. So let me see how this works with this. And I'm getting to see the wheels on the cannons are like matching up to the Wheel of Fortune. So some kind of misfortune. If it was in war, maybe somebody lost someone who was at war, or a soldier, a relative. It could be somebody performing, like in a movie, or performing their job. So it doesn't have to be military, but it's very military energy there. Could have been a performance, or people who are just guards at a castle, or military, or it could be reenactment. Someone got hurt in a reenactment. Or someone's coming clean about their experience in the war, okay? And that could be a performance, could be a TV show, a movie, whatever. This is coming up for Virgo. It could just be talking about choosing a new way of dealing with things in the aftermath of sudden trauma and events, things like that, bad things that have happened, the war, a new way of dealing with PTSD, or a change of fortune, right? To stay in your positivity and never lose faith, stay in the present moment, and know that the universe has your back. Or just someone coming clean about their truth. Well, maybe there's a show about the war and after the war and PTSD and all that kind of stuff that actually became a TV show or movie that's getting an award this year. Or literally just, you know, getting in the community, someone's getting an award and being honored for their military service from a long time ago, though. Could be now, or could be from the past. Performing, juggling. Not seeing, you know, with the Seven of Swords card in reversed, I'm not really seeing anything blatantly negative or illegal or anything like that. Or maybe someone told a half-truth or was sneaky because they were trying to avoid a bad turn of events, right? They were trying to stay positive and take the high road, right? And try to stay balanced. And that has to do with feeling uninspired, or a child that they have to deal with is difficult, or someone having tantrums, and that's that lower vibe energy. You know, pretending not to know, or blind. This person blind, but needing to deal with that energy all the time. So it just depends on the person, but this is Virgo. Let's see what else comes up. And it all has to do with work stuff, though, up top. So let's see what's with Capricorn. Capricorn is the Seven of Wands reversed in the privileged lady. So defenseless to attacks or just the energies coming at them. Someone, maybe she was attacked in a mob, right? Because you see the wand there knocking her over. So someone defenseless, attacked because of her wealth or her privilege. This is Capricorn. All right, and this just flew out. Again, that Page of Wands that came up with Virgo. This is the privileged lady who acts like a child, having temper tantrums. She's defenseless to the attacks because she acts like this. She's being judged now. Maybe she was the one who judged others and is now being judged in return. Pretended not to know. Or it could just be a child, again, who's uninspired, having tantrums. Or blind to the situation. Or just her pretending that, okay? And again, here's that Ace of Swords coming up with the fire energies of a split, a big lie, or cutting to the chase, cutting through the BS. Announcements coming out, maybe the announcements come out about her, or being called to action, or being judged by others. All three, all of the earth signs feeling that. All right, so someone in despair because of fear of judgment. Someone judgment about the past and coming out with their experience so others learn from it. Okay, it all has to do with not getting along at the workplace, or quitting or retiring, or third parties through the workplace, and judgment of that. And there we go, Three of Pentacles reversed again. So I'm actually going to leave that there. And then we have the Seven of Swords upright here now coming out on Capricorn. So Capricorn might have did something to Virgo, because they may have been on the other end of this, because this is coming up for Capricorn. Someone could also have Capricorn and Virgo both in their chart. So they did something. So there's some kind of passion offered, right? That can definitely have to do with the twins. All right. So some kind of passion offered in a cheating situation through work. Or just, it doesn't even have to be a physical affair. It has to do with the third energy. Whether it's physical or not, it's still cheating because it's not the truth. Okay? Someone got kicked out or put in exile because of it. Right? That's all coming up under Capricorn. So let's go now to air signs. It's topped by the Three of Cups, which is more positive energy. She's very loving, intuitive, kind, gentle. And we're going to do first, we have Gemini, and that snapped right out. Okay, so some harsh energies around Gemini. We have the Ace of Wands reversed. That could just be trying to keep your third energy under control, or it can be frustration, anger, sexual frustration, creative blocks, and imprisonment. So someone might have, this is either imprisonment of themselves because of the third energy, or someone because they got in a fight because of their frustration issues or unable to control themselves in a physical way, may have gone to jail. All right, so this could definitely be a fight because this can be the warpath, and this can be very vicious words. This could be in a car too. Someone like shouting from a car and went to jail because they couldn't keep their mouth closed. All right, but maybe the person they yelled at was just a nice person. Might have caused an accident or something, and that's why they went to jail. Or again, it could just be, the imprisonment inside your own head. Frustrated, feeling creatively blocked, feeling sexually blocked, imprisoned within yourself, messenger of truth, getting out, needing the need to get your truth out in order to ascend. Or driving around speaking your truth, shouting out the windows to everybody. That's coming up too. Extending the long arm of the law is coming up too. So again, it could be a police chase. So that's interesting. I'm trying to figure out how the Queen of Cups is related to that. So, but she might be the innocent party there, or she may be the person who's acting out against her normal nature because she's so trapped, like a prisoner, wanting to get out, speak her truth. So then we have Libra. Libra has the expectation of the, the lady waiting. It's like the, the war widow waiting for the lover to come home. Okay, with the Six of Wands for sure. So it could definitely be a divine feminine, but it's Libra energy. And this Libra energy could be the masculine. It could be either one, but this is like the feminine waiting. Or waiting for your kids to get home too. Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. Why is that there? All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles, studying the gold coin, or an opportunity, invitation to learn about purging and difficulties, stress, anxieties. Maybe someone the student of these things or student of the purge. Right? So actually it's coming up as the Queen of Swords because she was the main focus today. That the Queen of Swords is very learned about despair. She's been through a lot, and that's why she's the Queen of Swords. She waited for years for her soldier to come home. So this person's coming to learn from her experience. And that can be the masculine coming to learn from the feminine. Okay? Offering love back now in hopes that it will be returned. All right, that's Libra. Hoping for a love offer in return. That's really nice, actually. So someone's masculine may be coming forward for Libra there. Okay. Then we have Aquarius is the Six of Swords reversed with the main female. So again, the main female can be that Queen of Cups at the top. And then we have this. So this is in stuck emotions, stuck without peace, stuck at a place you don't want to be. Possibly with kids, with no peace, doing the daily, juggling or performing. I don't see particularly negative energy. Someone just may feel trapped having to take care of their kids. So they love them, but it's hard. They feel trapped. They can't do anything. They have no peace. Also can be someone exposed for juggling. And now because of that, they can't find peace. Okay. Or it could be a performer. It could be an actress who gets some kind of notoriety or exposure, maybe for performance with no peace. Or now that they got the fame, there's no peace. That's for Aquarius. And then we have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the air sign. So the Queen of Cups at the top and the Knight of Wands at the bottom. And that definitely can be a couple. But this is about getting busy again, active, running errands, working out, running impassionately, having those feelings. And then we have the water signs at the top is the Seven of Pentacles, reaping rewards of your efforts, daydreaming, saving your money. And then we have Cancer at the courthouse. Let's see why. Take a deep breath, guys. Cancer. Okay, so this is Cancer energy with the moon reversed. All right, so all this stuff, I'm not going to put all these cards out, but there's definitely courthouse energy there for Cancer. Okay? I'll put these two back. The other card is that Five of Cups reversed, which came out again at the courthouse. So someone's trying to get over themselves, or going to court is taking them out of feeling sorry for themselves, or the grief or loss or regret that they're experiencing, or just dealing with paperwork that they have to take care of. Right? This is because that top card just be hanging out at home, having to deal with paperwork you don't want to deal with. But here's an awakening, or someone with a big head, or over-radiated. But the Queen of Wands is reversed, so that's not good energy with the moon. Oh, there's another card here too. The moon reversed is deception. So it's deception within a marriage. So someone was hiding. This was deception was going on, then this person was hiding. So that could be Taurus. This Taurus could be her, or it could be a separate person, because we have Taurus and Cancer energies here. And for me, this can be Capricorn or Pisces as well for me. So someone awakening, or just pissed off, or pissed off with a big head, in a marriage of deception or convenience, and this is someone who's unhappy or not satisfied. So there's nothing good about this. And this doesn't have to be marriage, but it can definitely be. It can be any kind of commitment. It can be establishment, any kind of tradition, a Taurus. A courthouse with the someone who needs to get over themselves, I guess. Someone with Taurus and or Cancer and or Capricorn or Pisces or fire in their chart. She was definitely a main part of the read. She is, so that could be Cancer energy, or it could be someone with Cancer getting radiation treatment as well. Okay, that can be at a hospital. Maybe there all night. So if it's not where they're freaking out, angry, it has to do with being with someone at a hospital or actually getting radiation and being there till dawn. So very unhappy because they haven't slept all night. Okay, and just need to get over it because somebody's sick. So that might be it as well. So someone could literally be dealing with Cancer, or has to do with Cancer at a courthouse, which, like I said, could just be official paperwork that you have to take care of. It could be hospital paperwork. All right, then we have Scorpio. Scorpio has the House and the Star card. Why does Scorpio have the House and the Star card? So they could be moving, getting a new house. So Scorpio's coming out. The Magician reversed, Queen of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and then the Eight of Cups reversed, which is the underlying energy, which is upright. So here's another house. I'm going to leave that out too. So we have the Star card in the House. Like, someone's eyes might be bigger than their wallet, right? They might want this house, but it doesn't look like that's what they're getting. Or maybe they bought that house and it's not what they expected, right? They ended up having problems because this is insecurities and manipulations. Someone's talking to a family about, like, the Sound of Music type family, that perfect family. But, and working through the emotional difficulties of insecurities and stuff. And that's how they become stable. Or it's just that what looks so perfect on the outside is just not. You know, there's a lot of difficulties, emotional difficulties and insecurities, manipulations. Although the house is sound and it looks good, there may be some issues going on inside. Or just that they get their stability by hashing things out. But either way, that's not good. That's manipulative. This energy could be manipulating at home. Like to talk the family up. Or coming in to end a family cycle. And they just have to deal with it, right? Or it could be dealing with a celebration. So it could be a party they're trying to organize and they're not on the same page here. Someone trying to manipulate their way into a really expensive place for a party or a wedding. Can't get exactly what they want, but they have to deal with it, right? You can just see a young person shopping for their wedding location or a new house, but they can't afford it yet. Or they do. Like I said, there's different situations here. You know, the Seven of Pentacles is at the top there. That's not someone who has a ton of money. They're trying to save their money, so, you know, their eyes, like I said, might be bigger than their pockets. So you need to find something that makes you happy, not something that's going to stress you out because you can't afford it. So then we go to Pisces, sudden wealth. Ching, ching, ching. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands and the King of Pentacles reversed with the Queen of Pentacles upright in a disconnect. And then some light being shed on that, which we're doing now. So Pisces has the Wounded Warrior, okay, but they're not giving up. And then sudden wealth comes in. So this is someone, you know, going from rags to riches. And number 11 is justice. So it could be justice for that person who's worked very hard at it, been busy. There's definitely a couple here. Or that could be even siblings too. But this person looks like maybe someone suddenly gets money because these two split up. And the Pisces could be the person who makes out here. That could be the Queen of Pentacles. The Pisces could make out from this split, and that's why they have sudden wealth, going from rags to riches. Whether it's their parents or their own relationship, they're making out because there's a disconnect. Or not seeing eye to eye. Or because they had an affair, or they insinuated they had an affair. She just wants to break up because she wants to get all the money. Or because he did have an affair, they broke up and she got all the money. Or it could be parents, like someone passed away and inherited. So multiple situations there as well. All right, so then we have these cards down here, just to summarize everything up. As we finish with the clarification cards, we have the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And that has to do with not getting sleep, or rising above, or coming out, or literally levitating. We got the High Priestess is below that. And the King of Swords is below that. All right, and he had the Five of Cups below that. All right. So after sadness and regret, the King of Swords and the High Priestess rising above, or just, they don't look like they're not getting, I mean, there's sadness, they might not have gotten any rest, but they're rising above the situation. They're both upright because of it. Maybe the better for it. This is rise, like you see, this is connected. From this, they're rising above, coming out, no longer needing rest. That they're good. That's interesting. So we have here losing faith, tripping up, falling on your face, falling from grace in a lie, a split, cutting through the BS, to judge a judgment call or official judgment coming in, leaving a job, or being called to action. So someone gets called to the military, and that may be why that came up. Someone has to leave. They chose that path, and someone else may not be happy about it. And that came up, I think it was Virgo. Yeah, it has the military energy there. So someone in Virgo's family may got called to the military, or just called to action, or listening to announcements like this one. Could be any of those kind of things. Having to do with not getting along at work, or the job, not being happy with what you do presently and how to change that. And then just getting busy, following your passion, running impassionately to tell someone how you feel in order to find emotional fulfillment and a happy family. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. It's getting late, and I'm losing steam here. So make sure you drink your water, get your rest, be joyful, be happy, get out and do something, spend time with people you love and things that you love, and just rise and be love. All right? I will see you soon. Have an amazing night. Sleep well and sweet dreams. Bye.